resolve the problem in this world. The sky was too low. And very bold and arrogant birds.
Okay.
They believed that they could get these songs back after the sky got pushed up. The sky was pushed up by people using the word Yahal, working together. So the families were falling into the spirit world, or leaving this world and poverty. So, those very much more arrogant birds came up and they were overly proud and talked down to people. Blue Jay rated an eagle. But none of them could fly that high because the people would push the sky so high.
Can you guys hear him?
So then they had to figure out how to resolve the problem. And the greatest song was the bird not reach. He pushes his wings down one more time.
I'm going to walk closer.
The song tracks that got pushed up into the sky over. And so they talked amongst themselves, and finally heard a little voice, and, excuse me. Now I get the songs back. And the people looked around and looked down, and there was this little bird, this big little wings like that. And they laughed and they scoffed. You're gonna get the songs back when the eagle couldn't. Yes, so right. And they laughed and they scoffed at poor little wren. And little wren said, "It's all right, you can laugh at me if you want, but I didn't know how to get those songs back." And so they finally listened to little wren, and Wren explained his thoughts and feelings. And said, "I'll just get on eagle's back. And when the eagle goes up and he can't push his wings down any longer, I'll go up and get those songs." And so they did. Jumped on eagle's back. They agreed. And they worked together, and eagle flew up so high that people could not even see him anymore. He disappeared in the sky. Eagle pushed his wings down that one last time. He couldn't push down one more time. He said, now my brother." And he ran, shot into the sky world. And there, little Wren was smart and very wise. He knew that he must speak to the star people who now held these songs and loved these songs. And said, only if you give us these songs back now, only if you give them back to us, we promise, absolutely promise, we will sing them to you every morning at Coquail at that time when sacredness, night turned into day. We will sing them for you, star people, star nation. And they really liked that idea. Well, we don't even have to sing the songs ourselves anymore. So they did, they agreed, and gave all the songs back. Put them all on little Wren's back. And little Wren flew down. It was his job to distribute these songs to all bird nations. And so there he handed out songs to the little birds. And all little birds got really pretty songs, kind of like this. Got pretty songs like that. But when it came time to give songs to Blue Jay, Raven, and Eagle, they got songs that kind of sound like this. And that is all. That's a super duper compressed push up the sky. Push up the sky. Shalala comes as the women hold up the sky, hold up the sky to the men. And so the women are holding up the circle of life. The women, the sacred feminine is holding up the circle of life. making sure no one's going to harm us. We're holding this absolutely. We're absolutely holding up all the understandings and natural laws, and nobody will break these. Nobody will harm our children and future generations and the children of Mother Earth. All of those things, even the water, will harm them. That's because of our matrix. And that's something to be proud of, something beautiful. So we've got, matriarchs in our circle here. And we have other people in there too. Now I think there's been some other decisions last few years, but that's yet still to be talked about, I suppose. But I'm proud of them. I'm proud of our matriarchs and our people for keeping that going, keeping that strong, keeping that strength and that life-bringing matriarchal love. And it's a fierce love too, but it's not like the man love or the man voice that says I can be louder than you, or I can be more brute. Nothing like that. It's different, and it's more powerful than the man could ever know and be, and because they're up here. Sacred feminine is up here for guiding society into life, into the future, and the man's down here. This is an amazing role, an amazing strength. And not that anyone's above another, but for that particular aspect of guide us, hold us, keep us true to life, protect life at all costs. The life bringer is never going to let that be harmed, never. And that's who we are, and that's what this world of the colonial decision making must learn. That's what they left out. They left that out. They left it out purposefully because they knew that we will never hand over our patriarchy, our white male patriarchy, to no woman. That's why the triad, they borrowed democracy. They claim they borrowed democracy from the Iroquois nations, and yet they couldn't take the third triad and make it right. They couldn't take the third triad and make it so that there would be life for all beings. They couldn't do it because they only wanted their control, to write laws for themselves so that they could even have more control and more dominance and more taking. You couldn't give that third triad to the sacred feminine, to the grandmothers. I wish they could have. The world would be different. They still can.
Yeah, every day is a new day.
Absolutely, that's why we're here. So, that should have been the grandmothers. You got the House of Representatives and the Congress, and then you got the Supreme Court. Well, every one of those people in the Supreme Court to have the last word. They should be grandmothers who carry the deepest teachings of the circle of life in their hearts. Not that they ever have to think of the teachings, but they are the teachings, because the circle of life never got broken. It went from the elder to the child for tens of thousands of years, never broken. That's who should be in those seats. But they've nearly fractured and destroyed the circle of life in the human realm. In these lands, they've nearly killed it. And even our people, they smashed that and told us, you will live as we live, without understanding. You will live this way of greed and selfishness. And their assimilation has worked in some ways. We see sad things about our people. But we know that it still is alive in the hearts of our traditional people, and that the children are coming back to learn that now. They're coming around to learn that, and we have to get the learning to the hearts of the new children, new brothers and sisters, children, the colonial children. They must know these things that we've always known if we want a future. They have to learn that. They have to learn that. Yeah. Learn who they are. What is the human being? What is the responsibility of a human being? And how do you create paradise from your hachusita, your intellect of your heart? Those things are extremely important in this world. And the matriarchs, how do we allow the matriarchs to guide us into life, into a future? How do we do that? That's, they never asked us how we created paradise. How in the world did you ever create paradise with millions of people here? Millions of people. We were many, so many. How did you create paradise? You never destroyed one tree, one giant tree, yet you built these giant homes. You never destroyed one meadow, one ecosystem, you never destroyed it. And you created heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. Very little war here in Coast territory. Very little. Only from some raiding tribes from the north. Our women were more, maybe, so very beautiful they had to grab them. and so we're all friends now, especially on Facebook. But because we're all in the same canoe, they did the same thing to all of us. So they never had the curiosity to ask us, how did we create paradise? How did we put heaven on earth? They only told us that you need to know the name of this one man. If you don't know the name of this one man, if you don't accept this one man with a beard and he looks like a white man, so to us he's a white man. He's got to be a white man. We wouldn't follow him if he wasn't. And if you don't know him and you don't accept him, you will go to hell. And yet we had heaven here. We had heaven here. And what have they brought to this world of ours that was all of like heaven on earth? What have they brought here, and what do they bring here, and what have they expedited at this point with these enormous extraction projects and deliveries of their extractions?
Pipe dreams.
Yeah, they bring hell to earth in enormous, they're just bringing on hell on earth right now. They're bringing it on harder than ever. And that's the truth. You look at the disease, the illnesses that come from their chemicals and their oil and all of these things that get into our bodies. They put over 100 chemicals in my body, and I'm not happy about that at all. And the children have the same 100, over 100.
Before they're born.
Yeah, before they're born, it goes through all of the DNA, and they're harming their own children. Many of these colonial people see their own children die in their hands because of cancers and horrible things that they've done to the environment, and yet they ponder the cure for cancer. Someday we will find the reason and the cure for cancer when all it is stop digging up that sacredness of that black oil that should have always remained, the ancestral black fluids that never should have been taken out, never ever, because that's our law. As indigenous people, you never dig up the bones of your ancestors. We never mined for anything. We never dug in and ripped out her bones and pulled out that black liquid. Never. No, that's against our laws. And it's always been told that. And my teacher told me that. And that is down there for a reason. I believe that the human DNA is in that black liquid, and we put that in our car. We run our cars on our ancestors, and that's wrong. That's something that we've never done, and we don't agree with. And what has it come around to? It has come around to, yes, those chemicals. They're killing us. They're killing our mother. It's wrong. We got to stop it. And we know the answers. We have the answers. All the technology is there. We don't need to ponder the question any longer. We just need to get these guys to grow backbones and say, I'm doing this for my children today, right now. Not tomorrow, not a year from now, and 10 years from now. I'm doing it just for my child. They will have a future. I will write this law. I will write it now, and they will have a future. I will solidify that future with my action today. And we need these people to do that. We need these people to have that form of real strong action for their own children and their wellness, because this climate is spinning out of control. 13 people just died from floods in California. Many are missing, so it's going to be much higher. After drought after drought after drought, fires in California on fire. Ventura fire for many, many weeks. And now we have these rains that finally show up and just flood everything and mudslide everything. Our world is so far out of balance, and our poles are the poles north and south keep all of the climate at bay, keep all of the climate in balance and harmony. And those are twice the rate that we understand here. The crazy things that we've seen. I heard a thrush today. We went in the forest there over Silicon, Robert Tyken's house, and went in the woods near the river, and there's a thrush singing. I've never ever heard a thrush sing in the middle of winter, not in my whole life. And there's buds on the plants coming out. Everything's going upside down and wrong and backwards. And nature's confused. It doesn't know what's going on. And we have to correct this before it's too late. We change and turn around and be careful and wait. And come together as a human family and just demand these people do the right thing. So we need to write them, show up, knock on the door right here, and just say, that's what we're doing. Just knocking on the door in prayer. This is what we need. We need a future, and it's up to you to create that. We're only here to encourage you in a good way. So we're here together. It's a good feeling. It's a beautiful time. It's a very beautiful time to witness the human family. Whenever I see the human family coming together, it is so awesome. It's so beautiful. It always makes my heart feel good. They dehumanized us for so long, but now we stand together. More and more people are realizing that the indigenous people have the key to creating that future. And scientists know that. David Suzuki has stated it himself. He said, I have the highest regard for David Suzuki, BC Canada. He said, until we adopt the governance systems of the First Nations people, we will continue in this direction that we're headed into destruction, because the colonial governance system is so bureaucratic. This one bureau and that bureau and this bureau and that bureau over there, and none of them as a whole are addressing the direction of the society as a whole. Where are we going? Where have we come from? And where are we going? And as Indigenous people, we've always said, if you know where you come from, you will know where you're going. And we come from harmony, peace, teachings, matriarchal guidance into life, and therefore now we know our direction, which is in peace and harmony until the end of time with all life, peace and harmony, and no want in our hearts until the end of time, because of these things, and in that fractured way of the colonial government. It has no head. It's a monster that has. You need a head to direct your body. It's that the body has parts. They put all these parts together, but it has no head. and it's stumbling around towards the cliff as we decide if we're going to have the intelligence and the heart intelligence to stop, to grow ahead, to grow an intelligence that will keep us from just shooting off that cliff, because we're getting so close. My spirit tells me so. I think many people here, their spirit tells them so. We feel it, we know it, we see it. These people need to feel it, know it, see it, so that we can have that future. Osiyam Mishka, thank you for listening.
So what do you think the viewers could do for now?
Yeah, I think you can support here. We are here, we are occupying, we are here to send a message. And the more people here to send that message, the stronger we are. Yes. And so just swing by if you can do it. Swing by and pick a day, come by and bring some warm food, bring some Starbucks lattes. And my mom likes the chocolate chip cookies, So. and right?
That's assimilated, right?
There's nothing assimilated about that. We always had the coffee bean. That's indigenous, So.
Beans indigenous.
And the naked breasted mermaids are right from our Sail Sea.
Exactly.
Although they didn't have the they took away her breasts and everything. That's wrong. It's so patriarchal. And anyway.
You guys, I just wanted to come over here and show you guys what's going on with Nyx. She's found a friend, and I think that they look so beautiful doing this. These are what we're doing this for right here. These little ones. They're why that tarpy is up, and they're why we are here on these steps. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here.
All their support on paper and mail it in.
Right.
Put it on their Facebook.
Yeah.
So for American Indian Lobby Day.
Yeah, on the 23rd family, show up. Let's fill this place. Let's let them know we have a voice and it needs to be listened to. Absolutely.
We'll provide you lunch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do one more, Paul?
Lattes.
Come big, and people just started clicking right in when they heard the flute.
Oh, another song?
Yes. Yes, another song.
Yeah, I could use a different flute, I guess. Yeah.
So I think he's gonna play the flute again, which is just amazing. It sounds so beautiful.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Are you taking it home? No, I've been home with my children.
What's my daughter at?
Background, part of the backbone.
Oh yeah, I'm good. She's solid.
That's my sister, Morningstar. Morningstar, water fertilizer. And I myself am doing the Stop LNG t-shirt to help raise money for supplies and also for legal fees. We have a PayPal set up.
I don't know.
There's video fees, so if you would please donate, make sure that we're able to pay our legal team. But I've been thinking about it, about maybe a call out that I can do. So on January 12th is my little girl. She'll be turning 6. Her name is Rainbow. And I would like a little rainbow gathering here at the Capitol during the day when the legislators are here. A little rainbow gathering of all of our children.
Awesome.
Come celebrate my daughter's birthday with us here at the Capitol, at the steps. This Friday,
Friday.
on the 12th.
Friday the 12th.
Yes. We could show up at 1 o'clock on,
Friday the 12th.
as long as it lasts.
Awesome,
She'd be
awesome.
so happy.
Yeah,
And
I hope to see an invite.
yes, so I will put an invite to everybody to come celebrate with us here. My little daughter Rainbow's birthday will be her little rainbow gathering. Everybody's invited, especially bring your kids, balloons, you know, bring your signs of your little posters of the message that you want to bring across. And my little girl was so inspired by the Tarpy that's put up. She has a little Rainbow Dash My Little Pony pop-up tent.
Wow, cool. Have to,
That she
we'll have
put-
to build little model
She
tarpies.
put out there by the flagpole.
Little model toy tarpies. They can have little occupations.
Don't worry, there's not going to be no little kids sleeping in there. It's just a little sign she wanted to put up, and she even took her crayons, and we helped her write some messages on there.
It's a good idea. We can have little toy turkeys that have the same messages on them, and they can bring them around. And when mom goes to the bank and has to withdraw some money, they just like poof. Kinder Morgan,
Visionary.
defund Wells
Earth
Fargo.
Weather reminds me of the truth that I've learned in being a water protector here. So many of the most dedicated water protectors are mom bears. They're looking out after their babies. And you spoke to that earlier. I think you actually use that to take that analogy. You know?
Yeah, my little Rainbow, she's so bright though. She knew since she was 3, 4 that water is life. I even posted stuff on my Facebook, the little comments she would say, you know what being alive is? It's standing up. That's what she told me.
That's awesome. Wow, cool.
So yes,
Very spiritually
my
intelligent.
little spiritual rainbow. Just
cool?
a lot of energy. It's beautiful. So yes, please come join us on Friday. Help celebrate my little girl's birthday.
That's great. Friday, all right. Okay.
I'll program another flute.
Okay, we'll play.
See that flute.
This is made of an African wood. This is one of the early
kind of wood
flutes.
is it?
I think it's a very hard species of mahogany. There's so many species.
It's beautiful.
But it's made by a native woman indigenous to Oregon. And it was one of the first flutes that I ever bought. My first flute was a gift from my father. And then I had one heart song. And I quit playing electric guitar because Spirit had spoke to me. And the Spirit said, Spirit music will reach you. And that's the very clear voice that I heard in my ear, in my heart. And I pondered it, and I thought about it, about that voice, and realized the music I was doing was not as harmonious and meditative and rich and connected to the Spirit and connected to our Mother as it possibly ever could be. And I tried changing direction, but the bandmates weren't sympathetic to that, and everything broke up. And then I just sat for 1 year. 1 year I was the loneliest year, because when you're in a band, it's like you're married to these people, and it's exhilarating. So that for that year, I just sat. And I waited, because that voice was real. voice was as real as all of this here. And it spoke very clearly, and I honored it. I'll honor this, and I don't know what it means. I have this one harp song and this flute that my father gave me, but that's not all of it. That's not what this voice is talking to me about. And so I waited that year, and finally a friend of mine says, hey, we got this Mbira party, and you gotta come along, you gotta go. So I go, okay, yeah, I know Mbira's great, and I've seen an Mbira concert. It's wonderful. It's an instrument from Zimbabwe, of the Shona people. And so I went and met all these people who are now friends and Mbira playing comrades. And I ended up crashing on the couch. I love the music. It's beautiful. Like hearing Mbira right in front of you, it opens this envelope of goodness and magic. So in the morning, trio, my friend Maria's partner came up. They got up, they came out, and trio started playing this song. And it's Krigamambe, and it's just beautiful. And so he got done, and he's just laughing. It's just full of joy and goodness. And I learned the first Mbira song, Krigamambe, that you're supposed to learn that morning on that instrument. Learned it and came home and told my father, and then came by the next day, and there was this Mbira. And they're rare, they're unusual instruments. You don't find them anywhere, like unless you know an Mbira player or somebody from Zimbabwe. They're not a kalimba. They're 3-octave instrument with big, huge bass notes, 2 rows of keys on the left hand, and you play with your index finger on the right, and your thumbs and index. It's not just a little kalimba. It's Mbira Zabizimu, Mbira of the ancestral spirits of the Shona people of Zimbabwe. And so it turned out that my father's partner, Olamara, she'd taken a workshop with Erica Zim, and had purchased an Mbira but didn't have the time to play it, and just put it in a bag with some desiccant, a Ziploc, and there it was. Oh, you have an Mbira? No way. And she offered it to me. She was so happy. She grew up in Zimbabwe. Mouth is fuzzy. And she grew up in Zimbabwe. And so she's an artist, and her work's in the Smithsonian as well as her mom on the East Coast. And they spent their whole lives before hardly anybody had been there, when their villages were still complete and whole and indigenous. And they just stayed until they just became flies on the wall, and nobody cared that they were there. And they sat there and did their art and their work and documented all the things they were doing. And beautiful work. And she'd grown up hearing this music, and she loved it. She still loves it today. And she was so happy I was playing. And then there was Zimfest 2 weeks from then, and I said, oh, thank you so much, and borrowed it, and then went to Eugene, Oregon, and went to this Zimbabwean music festival, and then looked all around for an Mbira that could be one, but none of them spoke to me, not one. And then there was a Saturday market, and Maria and other friends said, hey, you want to go to Saturday market? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. And we went and walked, and there's an aisle, a row, hardly anyone in it. I walk, and there's a native woman with flutes, and I say hello, hey, going, just very short exchange, and we got a flute, and something, walking. Get to the end of that row, and the voice says, you turn around, you go talk to that lady. So I did. I turned around and talked to her, and heard her stories about flute, and it's touched her life, and how she's put love into this instrument, and did her best to uphold that tradition, doing good medicine in there, good feeling. I ended up buying 3 of her flutes, and 2 songs came to me in the parking lot that very same day. And from then on, I started receiving more and more songs on native flute, and I realized that's what happened. Spirit music did reach me but it came all the way around. After a year, it came all the way around back from this
It's
beginning.
like the most spiritual sound I've heard in a very long time.
Let's see him. Mishka. And,
Don't you have a flute event coming up?
probably. Most likely something that I'm unaware of, but my calendar knows about. And so this song here is when after I listened to this song, and I I've never sat down to write a song, receive a song and work with it and play it, and then I finally did record the CD, Journey of the Spirit, and then after I got to listen to it, I had to put a name to it, and I could see our people in the song. I could see them in absolute freedom because they worked with the laws of nature and spirit and all of it in the matrix, and they were having fun, they were laughing, and they're working together, and I could just see them all on the beaches and doing all these things that we've done in the meadows and the gatherings, and it is so beautiful. I could see them in the song, and so I named it "Living Freely Upon the Land," because that's what I felt, and I saw the vision, saw our people in that way. So that's the name of the
Today
song.
was Nancy Schippenpower's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, you could play a song for her.
Yeah, this is a birthday song for Nancy Schippenpower, and it is about our freedom. It is about our connection to Mother Earth, about our indigenousness and the joy and all of the goodness that it would take forever to explain. But it lives in our hearts. We know it. We feel it when we look around and we see these things that are in dis-ease. We know that what is right is the nature that is bountiful and rich and whole, and our people being whole with that and not separate from it, but part of it, absolutely part of it, and taught that and learned that, and that's in our DNA, it's in our bones, and it's something very beautiful and special to hold on to and teach and have flourish again on these lands. So I want to say that as a prayer for this birthday and for all of our families and all of our children and all the children who live on these lands, that we can have that, and that'll be your birthday gift. We'll see.
experience great love, energy, position, life.
Oh, Hashka, 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 Nancy. Happy birthday. Blessings, many blessings, much love.
Shh, Nix, don't scream, okay?
We're just playing hide and go seek.
Okay. Hey guys, it's starting to look a little sparse. Can somebody come down? We had a big crowd here earlier, which is crazy because it was raining harder earlier.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Kids have found themselves something to do.
18, 19, 21,
But I encourage
23.
any of you to come down, hang out, show solidarity.
Where are you, Rainbow?
We're here. They're going to be here for as long as they aren't heard, or for as long as the session is, or if they are arrested. So come on down, show some support, bring them some supplies. I will check in later. I have to save battery power because I'm borrowing another person's battery pack because you know, some of you guys know my phone's battery is really horrible. So I'm sucking up somebody else's juice right now. So I'm gonna sign out and I will come back on later on.